Authority reminds you that the National Youth Authority Month, National Youth Month is going on right now. And today, the 19th, it will end at KNUST at the National Youth Parliament. And then from the 21st of August, the Interagency Football Gala is on at the Accra Sports Stadium. And then on the 25th of August, Intergenerational Dialogue, with a month-long celebration coming to a close on 30th of August, with the Red Mean Stop campaign at the Independence Square in Accra. All young people are encouraged to attend, volunteer, exhibit their products and services, or sign up as media partners through the official National Youth Month registration portal. This August, volunteer, learn, lead, serve. National Youth Authority, facilitating youth development. Kwame Machi.
Yanya.
Boko de.
Mena nanum se Sirwenya. Na mena na Manchakuru na bisa kwane. O se Kwame.
Yeah, me too.
Mfran kan ho se nene kwa.
Nene kwa.
Nen. Nene kwa.
Neno ase ni say.
Ase je se Sirwenya ne ye. Funu na ahia no. Nen eye nipa.
Okay.
Kwa eye ade. Nti nipa ene ya ade. Nipa na
okay, nene kwa.
Nene kwa.
Sirwenya.
Manchakuru ne chore no ni.
Chore abem.
Cho means good morning. In deck.
And also chore ni.
Choya hichowa.
We live and learn every day.
Yeah.
I go from MP.
Chairman General.
You want to Joseph to say?
Chairman Nyamiadum Eja.
Boko dear.
Your corner abanti. Nyamiadum Boko. Okay. Me question me constituency Kakra Parliament break here.
Some more recess.
We create Nabesako.
Obesako constituency. A cross near friend is saying.
Akrufrum.
Akrufrum.
Mesako.
You don't hear me say.
What can and Nequanam himself, you now bossy and no require no. And no now watch the move.
Are you dead?
Casa
dead.
Coming out positivity.
Chairman, but I thought Parliament had been recalled from this.
Yeah, that is from 24th to 28th.
Yeah.
But for now,
that's next week.
19th. So that is somewhere next week.
Okay.
Back next week.
Kwame na kwa not then.
Aduma ne pay so ne asran.
Pocho Josu Mike ni kakra na baby a waka chia.
Obogu no why am them no. No, he's a diplomat. Obogu is a diplomat. I tell you. Is in the mode of Kojo
Asante.
Yes.
Na Kwabana me nua be a friend Alira Joe.
Yeah.
Or say ne kasa e kasem.
Kasimia.
Na Choi eye dawa.
Na washada no di we ba. Kaja ne say they will continue to be our something.
Just one more was him. Aye. Na Kwame.
Yes sir.
Central region me hunde be campaigning one day bi wa ma doctor ana obreda Joe ana onye Joe no friend na second Joe friend
Techi
Mensa Richard mum Richard nye Joe onya wo
bibia wo witirum Anabe Chairman General me sure kwa na
Peace FM.
Waiting for and pim can manto mufo.
Yeah, Jodo.
Na Abdul Malik Kuba Kube Mosha ne pay.
Kwe.
Kwan biado. Na Damba mayo woye the Pembiara Maba Wayfree Cathedral. Her Ladyship Justice Gertrude Araba Isaba Saki Tokonu. Kwame. Nyame nyimi wo yimpa nyim. Mo ye yinje wo me there. The history will not record. Do yaban. The history 50 years, 100 years. Na se razin ba for the razin kwaya. abakwa samanin sure there Mamin as Chief Justice of this Republic. Oyamon. Neither there she was incapable or incompetent in terms of the office she occupied.
No, mum.
Nanina there. Opeyi bi no obo there. So ba bema Ghana for to abama na. Na so ba bema. Obeyi ma me peyin na fio. Na Ghana for ya to abama mo ba so. Oyan pepepe we yi Chief Justice na fio. Na mo ye inje wo mi there. Ma men ifi biara nyin ho. Na mokoda da ma ka chen there. Ewuraza obo hia nyinara abra ye mojetwa aba wo hia na ne yem na onyim hia ono ewuraze kro nara onyimin fibra na oye mojetwa aba wo ne ne yem na so di mfia apem kra mpo a mami continue to raise your head high nyame obo ni wiade ode atentene odbamo mama bibiara nguwa brom wumba wonananom nanankanswa woba they will always remain proud that it was just for political reason na yeda mame ye boni bi na wo yi fi office as Chief Justice na soja fumpemfu wa papa nom Kwame
yeah
in this republic and its history yenya damda they had to abewe na soja fumpemfu a the very top the very echelon oye no soro ayi se nkwan a ngwe no ogusoro no amankwan ye fen onu na bai wa ba pam wonyina efi ho empempem a woda ho wonyina yakoda ye mamudue na bi oso ho a ye to abewe wo ya Ghana fumapa mbrante ne nketesi a wa ko school nwa won ko school mpo na mom wo ye adwuma na chief of staff owura da Julius Zabra ba abotro letter we yi munyina da mugufie owura ba omi asema kan cha mode monum nsu fontwe ope na achara biara owonafi na se mohwe ma bisa na chere repa chere nyaso ya woso yanse wo kakra mfa oye abana yato dan miminde
wow party
that's right
Chairman General.
yes
We are raising issues are very. I just want for the record say
this is a running agreement.
Sir,
I just want to establish that menya kwai.
So Omanuia.
That's
it. Hey, Abranje, Wakato mo na tough a Quantana, a wafana, a tenor was a cartoon. I cannot pay up my to the Yamada Catafro. It took a cacaso to get one walk come on. I would tell mother. Na true is it, Yamutu, now money in the same.
Criminal.
Ma yanda no meminde. It is a culmination of a processor. Party Nisha Sifi polling station over 30 how many? You are a student of Ghana's election.
Polling stations. There are 2024 they were over 40,000.
Oh no,
No.
Okay. In the polling station over 40,000.
Yeah.
Every single one of them. I got 60,000.
No, it's not up to 60.
Go and do 60.
Polling stations.
Polling stations.
In 2020, we had 38,920.
Yes. I was stuck in the 30s.
Yes. So in 2024, the number increased to 40,000 something.
40,000.
I will get the exact figure.
But 60 will be too.
No, it's not up to 60,000.
No.
It's 40,000 something.
Is it Kwame?
Kwame.
Ya to no daba kama ye yimpemfo a enuma a wo hwe ho.
Yeah, 40,647.
Okay, thank you. And the yefu ha ma oda so ye electoral area. No so reforms are ye kwa kayen wo oye Legon sports stadium. Ye di ibi akan ma nimu ayedu wo electoral area. And ofi electoral area so ya twado ya ko oye constituency so kwa me ye fi wo fe a few still remain undone. na mim dem pemfo gudu a wo ye ho adwuma wo bo hwe mani na so wato no da ba ma yen pemfo ma wa ba de da no no na nsunsu ado yin de da no mi de we twemi na de chi kosi western north for so ye ho de na memenda no 15 of them out of the 16 kwa me kama fe sa hwa ahukeka party mba enwa wehu ma ya tena ho afeko na bosoma asia o se so sa wotwi wehu ma ya tena ho a kwa me aka bibi tire ai wukente papa na dekeja ya pese kenta nyamena dum ejanu wodi ja he a yede koyade yakwa wobo hensabrane na yakwa akoton na yeda kafa ya pese enwo mi kire enti party fun na Ghana fo dodo na wehu ma yetenwi na onu nsa so se hwe finfirman toma oye ma meda kwa me matina ha makade opeyina wo fan owura esibo ena madimanyo serimu so a na yemangote party mpemfo so a wa ye ministers da wa ye MPs da wa ye executives da ena dodo na so waji tum de se yenye esibo mo beda party na no a ode enyo obi so a ni sem yadin ye na onyi madwuman kwa me de se de fofom a oba fofom fasoro aba fasoro e paase kwa botum akwa akahwo na onyi wesinsam a no so oyo owura kodwo ham e kra me ka no asam a oyo former constituency chairman for Efutu owura Alex Markin onyi de ye adwuma papa ma wonyim kodwo ham na mmadzem ba obo ya men chada party funu nyina wo hunu dam e ma eje sibo e na wodi kitan e ma kodwo ham wo fa na wodi na ta eje sibo na chi secretary so de Kwame na adwuma wa ye as MPP mpo ono ho tanti na Kwame owo adwuma ma wo fa na as far back as 2022 or 2023 techimensa ne service his service to the MPP a small dasum o shase Kwame obey communications officer for 2 or 3 terms na mbadem ba obo ma party fugina do de ai impotwasa another important food pan wo pian won twin nsan na wo to the man mo obey secretary adwuma no so Kwame sakacham da manda osanda tejimensa adwuma no ya I will not have any hesitation at all or you committed to whatever he does into so matina ha makada si ajenyo sama onu no botu wa adwuma party dodo na woji tuma wodi secretary woda man ya men charge enwo a wo pa won nyina so wo ya akabirefo if a deputy secretary if a women's organizer if a organizer na nkasa anu pa de me ni adwuma hwa asa wo secretary oya Kwesi Saki enti if a win ara akabirefo papa na yayi ho ba Kwame my contribution on the election of these officers for the central region it's not about they having been elected
but
ma Americans doing that ma other yanyim no hia emi Kwame danka amte Kwame election mu krobi ma mulusi bi in fact my first attempt was parliamentary candidacy from Fantima West.
I see.
Yeah, Kwame. I mean, many of them represent Fantima. Me up and down. You share organize police station levels, electoral areas, constituency. Kwame, I went to elections and I lost. I am one newscaster. Could not say honorable Harry. I mean, it is the media newscaster now. I the mouth they was a crabama, a spy. I'm a movie pato. But when Muma babe, Messiah Moko original secretary contest. I'm Muka no so Marie. Ebe. As a baby. It would my so cold. I see that. Mosiah, the movie. Papa.
Second one.
That's a guy listen to the track. Quite better. We are quite as bathroom. Kwame my papa. I went on committed myself to the service of this party. Kwame Namoko, all radio programs as far to Western region to go and defend this party.
Wow.
Ejuma me sir Rugbe who Efiatum na amount for our Manto one friend. Virtually every radio station that is the period actually in towards 2000 President Kufuor. Every radio station within Central region as far as to Takrady defending this party. When I had gone to elections and lost as regional secretary, Kwame, Ononon Sasso, na 2005, Mukwe Bio Mamia, successful. Successful, no so, Mukwa Udia until I became a minister. And President Zibare, you can't keep two positions. Continue to be secretary and then also a minister. And Tifako, Namukwa Kafako. Mamika Kasudi there. Among for Yakwari, ma, yeah. Aspirations are not my It does not mean that the world has come to an end.
Okay.
Mosi and you Botako there. Yet Amodi Biara over him, Majeshu Biara over him, yet the Bayajuma. Emma 2028. 2028, we need to kick this government out of office. We need to do that. In fact, it is in the best interest of Ghana to return NPP into office in 2028. And see, I home for Biara over here. Za all those here or die at the Bayer. Yada Juma. Look, I remember Kwame, 2016. 2016. Yeah. There was not a single day that I did not go to the communities to campaign. I was stationed in Cape Coast North. Cape Coast North. Not a single day passed that Kwame Danka was not in communities. Whereas I was there, others were all over in the other constituencies. Every single day we were going to the people, speaking to them, talking to them, explaining things to them. Energy now, towards 2028. This is the energy I recommend. And see, on the Obimajum Queen, Nebimuso, Wedding Kogu, about the Oyadina on to me at Abapai. Idea Binum and Oberwin. And say, don't do I walk away 1 year. Let us not be downhearted. Yanka Yanga, Yanta, ages, Budechi. Yanta, paying for a year you want at the constituency level. Constituency chairman with your executives sit down, divide the constituency into areas, assign constituency officers to these areas. Let them go and join with the electoral area coordinators. Join further down with the polling stations. Let us start the fight or the battle today, right away. The battle has already begun. Now, you read the mark, Kwame. We are told there, October, so icing on the cake. Am I right? Yeah, Kwakoshe or national. Now, ye national pain for so. Ma, wechi, I didn't with the kum, with more prakope, near your prakope. But in the days ahead, Mamoso Kaka Muamaka or national painful one. I will begin to say my mind on those we think the electoral college would have to elect them to make it complete. This is a bisama. Like a Medasi.
Medasi Bebre, Koye Nimno, KSK, greetings to you and your panelists watching you live from our Blakoma Central Electoral Area Officer Alex in Latebio Koshi. And then P. Willis says, Kwame's presence in your studio makes me happy. I'm only waiting for me Kweku. Listening to you live from London. Kwame, brilliant. Big up MPP. To four, that's Eric. To four, Alex says, the MPP regional elections took place without any confusion, but it was peaceful. It shows the unity. Thompson said, greetings from Zurich. Kwame, please cool down, cry. Your energy is needed on the field. Regards to Kabila. And then this one says, Kokrokoo is loud in Bantama High Street. The MPP have picked up the pieces very early. Befi from Bantama. And then this one says, watching you live from Awudome Estates. Uncle Kwame, good morning. That is Norte who sends that one. P. Willie says, what happened to the 24-hour economy? Ask Akogan. Akogan is not here today, but when he does show up, we promise we'll ask him. Honorable MP Akrofom, what's happening to the Obuasi Akrofom Road? It's only 10 kilometers, but it's quite deplorable. Honorable, please do your best to fix it. Clement, NAD, and Abaye. And then watching live from Toronto, that is in Canada. Greetings to Kabila and Honorable Kwabmin. I go from Bacho
Chairman General.
Yes, sir. Okay, yes, okay. What's the problem?
Me no sir. Kwanye onim say Kurfum are under the MPP representation our parliament for the past 20 years. Make I me of Honorable Apia Pinkra and that of Honorable Blankson. In fact, in Puntu, our constituency no Akachiri, especially Yakwan. And a quiet near ma, idea back what di Titi Mama a Kurfum for a toa bade mammy. And hereby I heard a quine so ya shas here. In fact, I'm more brand or more than my contract so many times. And so you man and me uncle so. Hereby me dear Chirimi penny me leader or Ramboka Goja. Nada Roma. Contractor agent so oh yeah. In fact, almost there are 3 contractors, a mutu. Juma a so any. A mobile colony, l'America of Frico Jun Quante bar. Or your Juma do stage be mana a payment issues, but last week or two, last 2 weeks. Me I cry am supply no street bus any near ma. Kakranka be the support na assembly no so boano a man in Sakan meter. Into a quine so ye Juma.
Your bossy quine.
Yes, or baby I can specifically Natal but I link that road no.
Okay.
The Okani could do first tutuka to from proper. Mene wo kasai. Contractor Natal wo quine so. Na nani fidie bi wa tono na manani a was a bedu medu. And then answer many din common fidie ni nyina ba bedu. Ya nyame ya adoma enne e copy me chana no fidie ne kwakwan no so. Or quine so dada. But the speed of work and the pace of work and them say na slow.
Okay.
But now technical and financial issues. She say ya resolve move akese na anti. One hwe ni mu say from Friday o mehu me wo kwan so kra. Mfidi akese ye de ye kwan bia kopem say begu kwan so kota ni nyina aba.
Great.
Many contractor no komodim asata enra no. Mfidi ni nyina betima du ho ochna.
Fantastic.
Na Wednesday was started juma gidi. So from next week you kono.
Obehu action.
Obehu action.
Great. Medasi. Me also want to ask, so MPP will certainly bounce back in 28. Let's stay focused. Master Planner Junior Kintampo. Kwesi Anima in the UK says, Kwamena, kudos to you for using yourself as a case study. There was also well before. That was so funny, eh? Ajua says, Chairman General, greetings from Lusaka in Zambia. Ajua, greetings from Accra. Ohene Yabua says, I want to say hello to my boss and lecturer, Dr. Kabila. Inkura sends that one. Rutherford Apia Kubi says, watching live from Jowulu, soccer bet. Are you betting on Kokrokoo? And then, anyway, Rutherford, yeah, that's it. MP, Twazo.
Yeah, me senior, Honorable Duncan, said me a corrector.
Kwamina Duncan.
Kwamina. It is I finished school back boy. I go school. And good honor to at least have him with me on the same sharing the same program or show. A dream come true. But I'm say the intro no biwa or yeah. I'm say Bentiasi Papa. Former Chief Justice.
And then the first time in neighbor shows one.
Me ankasa de meneni share pro.
Enti na bia unti asien but was so.
Na say our special interest. The okay there say dey be oba.
Ay ninchiano no. Ay ninchiano no.
Oh okay. I dey be ninchiano no anka me kan wa say ba man ya sha say make ho.
And jemu because next week oba obesan be.
E bia na next week me na share bi. So me na share ba me de me nkra be fa so say. Onjin tu mu say and this your manifesto we are trying to baby ada say yeah ba ye be Chief Justice ya anka ne baby our manifesto
anti bibia manifesto on
o de me bam kakra Chairman General kakra ya anka ne baby manifesto
to so
ba ye kan say ye ba enia ma enko yie no ye be reset it. So the fundamental promise and say ye be reset o man no And Omano is being governed by the Constitution of Ghana. A constitution in Tina, Yen Yajatum say will be no company, they do be Breswa, Yokotoa Bana will be so brave, no swaba. A constitution and a day, Minia Meofa, me senior, Eden Kotna as minister for Central Region. Obi, and a year petition. Original constitution also no year petition. A constitution no mampani jina so. I refer petition they call Council of State. A constitution and ma kwai ma almost set committee. Etie maame no. Maame na nya kwanya bia wo so nya even watra Ghana. Ako ECOWAS nyina de na asem akọ. Ba bia ni wa yebua na bim. Enti me nim so special interest a NPP for wa. Even and say minority leader say omo de omo ba omo san akọ final be omo chief justice yate. But ma omo ntu mfuturo nwu obi ani say onye hwe na oba e na yi ni firi ho no mo. Eye mra na ye na dwuma. Ena mra na makwan say ne ma wo ye ya asabi o yetie no ne ade no yem fa nto abonti na obi antie bi. Enti de yetete ne de keka na betima ye bosir muka. But the mra na ye na dwuma. Ena ono nso no ono na twia Ghana nyina temuo justice. Ona na ye Supreme Court first even Chief Justice. Enti oni mumra ena mra na akụ. Na ayeyem bia sabe mpredua ye woni pari bisraj ye you obi afri hopen. Electoral Commission ye you obi afri hopen. Mo pen so. Ono so mo ba na mo yi no to twene ye. Anase obi na ye petition na mo hu se bibi wo. Nti sa asem na ya omo ka no mesra omo. Soldiers. Reshuffling of soldiers anase ye ma soldier bi ye reassign soldiers ne ade no.
You're retired.
You're retired bi.
Yeah.
Any ade bi wo kra e ba na ye de no foreign mission ne ade no. Wo ho ye to aba na so o mampani anasa aman sesa. Ebre bia no ye ta hu so mo a omoda ano no. Ye changes wo ho. Enti eno so nya ade a se be mpredua sa. Ena se ye yi ni firi ho no mo a ne package anasa ne retirement package anasa de was our man ye mani bia ye de mo. Enti me nim eno so obi a me nim soja ni kura wo so ma no de but me ngi ni se ya de e bi nsi da. And was he be yi nkofo nso firi adwuma mu. Sabe mpredua sa. Say ya to aba e de man na ubedi mfie pole enwotwe. Na se be ka bia nansa na nanu na wakọ na se wo employ nkofo anyhow. One fa the normal process and that procedure the employ nkofo a. Ye ba na ehwehwem na obi wo ha na kwan e fa so employ no nkrata ndi mu a. You don't expect that person to be there. Enti eno so emra wo ho ebi e de court wa office say mpredua as kwan e fa so eyi wadi emfa mra kwan wo betimi de court eno so wo ho enti say ye nto ye bo as wo kwan e fa so a
Mate yo
ye exaggerate ni man
ma me come nim na kwabna bebem say sia and then this one says
get just one
kwamina meba anya dem be call back and forth check akampocho I remember sia and then this one says does Kokrokoo MP believe that and think that Tokoni was fairly removed? Lawrence watching. Yes, he says yes, he believes that. And then this one says Professor Kwame Duncan, Dr. Kabila, both of you have a nice day. Francis Yadako. Hey, Kwame do Professor. And then Wafadada Boy says, I'm watching from Gold Coast, Australia. Chairman General, good morning, Bako. Thanks for your hard work. We love you. And then Ohene Yabua says they have nothing to discuss. So they've picked flimsy things to discuss. Tell the Kokrokoo MP he and his NDC are Frakadam. Emmanuel, the NDC keeps referring to the petition, but there's not been any explicit explanation of the specific illegalities or wrongdoings of the former Chief Justice, Dr. Benousu, Exeter, UK. Well, for most Ghanaians, Exeter is corned beef. And Dr. Benousu, thank you. And then watching you from UEW South Campus, where is Professor Jacob? He was here yesterday. Your name is up here. Richard says, kindly ask the MP if the law allows for double salary. I don't know what you're talking about, but I don't think any law allows that. Kwesi Reynolds from Agona Dobin, Kwame Duncan must know that we are poised to bring back a lot of seats in the central region. Issues in constituencies like Agona West, which couldn't hold their elections, need to be resolved. Konfu says, tell the NDC MP the petitions were 3 in number against the Chief Justice, or the former Chief Justice. They used only 1. They wrote a so-called report and removed the lady. NDC signed take-or-pay contracts with power companies as late as 6 January 2016, committing the MPP incoming government to huge debts. How about that? Konfu says so. And then Musa Abatwa in Aswase. Musa says the strategy Kwame Duncan is adopting simply won't work. Ghanaians can read between the lines and see through the agenda behind these carefully crafted greetings. He has moved from repeatedly greeting the NDC headquarters, and now he's greeting the former Chief Justice. He should save himself the theatrics because the propaganda has fallen flat. Musa Abatwa in Asawase. Charles Inkere, I've substituted Bombay with Kwame Duncan. And then...
This is a vegan now. But Bombay will come.
Bombay shall appear one day. Yes. And this one says Kokrokoo is live in Northampton. Peter Che Champon, A.K. Master P, Amanda Sewesi, Edumandi's collection, and Alfred Asari, A.K. Shaggy. Good morning to all of you from Accra. In a country like Ghana, where everything is restarted every 4 years, no progress will be made. Odeshi Ajabing in Hacho sends that one in. And then this one says, listening and watching live from BBNE Senior High Technical School. Ebenezer sends that. Does Accra from MP know there's Galamsey still going on in his constituency? God's grace, 1. Honorable Joe, are you speaking as a lover or hater of Ghana? Let's be careful. Kofi Ajingo. You're live on Adas FM Kintampo. Kudos to Kwame Duncan and Kabila. Kwame, does the Accra from MP knows there's Galamsey? Okay, you've seen that already. And then Chairman General, there's always a distinctive panelist on your show. Kudos to you guys. I greet the contractor on the Gan East Municipal Hospital Road, Daniel Otri, Gan East Hospital. Francis also says, I'm watching from Hamburg in Germany. Chairman General, don't get tired of talking about Galamsey. I hear you. Kabila Brem.
Chairman General.
So you say, Yaman, you bet you say, kitting. 1024, Yanko. Americo.
Yeah, Mimi de Tramwe. A year Central SDA Church, Kintampo, Omone, other churches be a ben ho, a year camp meeting. Na Chairman General me ho. To your Sofupenia or Dano, a year ministerial secretary for the union, Sofo Ataburo, or no preachy ye, Kanya Miasem. Na district pastor, me wafa. Pastor Evans Donko. Chairman General, omo bompaye kese ma program yi.
Madam Mase.
Wan kasa ene o panelist na.
Amen.
Na asemo kan ni say yemma nyame asem eni ye kan. Chairman General, o kan Psalm 36 verse 1 to verse 3 hona. Obi a onsuro nyame no. Onfa ho emfere entro ni nkontompotwa. Now, verse 9 now, or say, in his light we shall see light. Nyamiasem kuto, and a boy nipa. Emma sebi yetimi konkai. Na nyame nkwa na America. In 1945, America man penny Franklin Delano Roosevelt or introduces America a woman soldier for they should swear on the Bible. And that's your different home and they say trust them abweni papi ama womu bra asi womu ye. No be our thing nyame asem di nanim kan no. Kan Proverbs 3 verse 5 to 6 or say what kwan abeye kwan pa. Obebre o be kire nanso so ni nyina mu nyame be di aboa wo. Enti osofu pani asem o kan no Chairman General ene mpa yo boma wo ne wapamfo na me gyina so di aka se yemani ni anim kan se Ghana ye population ampampa ye 72% Christians, about 20%, 19 something percent Christian. Okabomu, Muslims. Chairman General, Okabomu about 90% or 91. Na ye nyina say ye di nyame asem ai wo Bible mu, nyame asem ai wo Quran mu ye di ye adwuma oman ya how bebre one man Kenya adwuma enka how no bebre swate ama eko na nka memfa ma no nto minister asemo kan yefa the oman ya ye her leadership Justice Gertrude Araba Esabasa Kitokonu asem nka menka because me interested party in suits I call Supreme Court.
Okay.
But Minya Akrofom MP, I can't say be. And we need to get it right. Constitution is a constitution. But there have been many instances where the constitution has been subverted. And in this case, the constitution was subverted. And I will tell you why. Article 1461.
I don't know.
Kwame will say a justice of the superior court or a chairman of the regional tribunal shall not be removed from office except for stated misbehavior or incompetence or on ground of inability to perform the functions of his office arising from infirmity of body or mind. Tell me one of these. We have asked that question in the Supreme Court. It could not be answered. Now, you know what is so disturbing about it?
Yeah.
Minya Kuma Justice Remsaya no or representing Attorney General in this matter. He introduced the political question, which had long been settled in SOA, to form versus Attorney General by SOA, JSC. Settled in MPP versus Attorney General in 1993, the 31st December matter. Say, in Ghana, the doctrine of the political question doesn't arise. There is no decision or action of any officer of state, including the president, that is not subject to judicial review. And yet, the Attorney General introduced that in our suit.
Kwara, the Kwara say,
Kwame,
I tell monitor a channel. Omoji to me, Yainadi, Oko.
Yet intentia, and I'm telling you, I have a right to say, Supreme Court, our transcendence throughout no, intentia. And this matter, so long as God lives, so long as our constitution says, in the name of God Almighty, we the people, Chairman General, God will speak. And I join Honorable Kwame Duncan say, Maame no dia na sem no oni human court to be assessed or the court say. Onfanko the court that errs not.
Bakwamna or they call ECOWAS. Or they call other courts. You know, the
Supreme Court.
What ECOWAS?
I say ECOWAS court. Any other court. Ghana is Supreme Court. Any ECOWAS court. ECOWAS court. What kind of judgment? No.
Oh, the ECOWAS almost Ghana a mistake and I wrong.
Did you read the judgment? You see,
no.
And let me tell you, you have your view. And Kwamna was not wrong when he says it was your manifesto. Your manifesto was not contained
in the manifesto.
Manifesto.
Which page? In the manifesto. But you say it was in our manifesto.
Manifesto.
More than
Abutre. Mori
Yes. The National Constitution 1992 way. The actual no. Yemra di adwuma organ ha wo ye me bedwani unim say edo so chen we true or false.
Oh, true.
You know so say
but this is the fundamental.
Of course, that's why we call it the parent law.
Oh,
me say a question, I'm just making a statement. And someone who gina Kokrokoo mu kan ye e bia na ye ni manifesto no mu nso kan o manifesto ho the American na say President Mahama ano ye candidate Mahama o kan wonanum say or very structured judiciary. And indeed, the Chief Justice could not continue to occupy the office. He said it.
Also,
President Mahama said it. And Kwame, you have removed her. You have purported to say, she was removed on account of the Constitution 1992. Yemu binom, yejidi say, mubwa. Monkoso to me wa munsemunne. You may do what you want. We are convinced of what we are convinced about. What I know, Kwame, is that power is only transient. And eventually, this truth we talk about will come out. Chairman General, Me fa no ntwe ho.
Odi atri ho no bi si me mbisa say is Dr. Bonfe saying traditionalists don't worship God. He is always talking about worshippers of God to be Christians and Muslims.
I didn't say so.
No. He didn't say you said so.
Okay.
He says you're always saying Christians and Muslims. You don't
I'm looking at them the numbers.
And then
Muslims and me the men and some count me the back count.
And if I can
About 5%. Generally no kwame or the abano kra or boama sem say. Or man you hwe mu kra na say ye dodo no nyina no ye nyame somfo. Men ananom so som no. Kwame wonim say ansa na ye di bayisam ni sa na nyina ye di nipa asem. Ye di wasem ema wasem ye gitum say wo de nye de ansa na ye exact punishment.
Say ye di toko no asem ya ye hu say na asem nye.
Chairman General, MPP for elections on where men kasa wo bibre de meka nyina ne say it is no time for entitlement or I like this person or I don't like that person.
Me pewe.
Afuto bi a me papa John Ajekum Kufuor, His Excellency, or say I'm the first chairman of the New Patriotic Party. BJ Darocha. You saw your friend is Adino. Darocha, yeah. Now, almost say that we belong to the same party does not mean that we are or should be friends.
Okay.
But bound by the ethos of the party, the ethos or the spirit of the party, we must work together to build a country. E womu say ye nyina ye wadom amanyoko ehun hia say ana enkyere say ese say we ye madamfo ana we ye madamfo na mmom ye nyina ye say ye wosom aye wo gidie ba ku mu no ese say ye ka bom enka bom nkyere say nsonsunu ye nie ntam. In fact, unity is not the same as uniformity. All it means is that we accept to work with our differences or live with our differences. Enti ye nyina ye nwene ba ko de na mmom say ye ka bom na ye adwuma nti me de adesra na me de be ma omo say omanfo na mo se omo ye mo members na akoto aba ya to aba yi kwam na dan kan say onye titreni ene ya to aba yi Honorable Azuma say onye chorchorofo say Honorable Azuma empe Honorable Duncan na Honorable Duncan empe Azuma eye omuntemu asema de nipa na eto aba na ka kire mo ne say mo pem ho asemo mo pem ho asemo ye pese mo ye adwuma maye. Accept that. And this was a spirit I lived with when I used to be in partisan politics. I will say so and I'll continue to advocate for that in national politics, even outside the partisan fray. Chairman General, omoye ne sa ebe boa mo ankasa na boa omamu ni nyina de meka ewo eno hono no. Omoye ni ya eyema omo ni nyina.
But I say Nasaku Nete, good morning to you. Thank you very much for listening. Nasaku Nete. Muchacho says, Dr. Kabila, you're being emotional. Justice has been served. Remember, if it had gone in her favor, you would not have sent it to God. We really respect you, so tone down on the emotions, Muchacho. And then Frank says, the letter of the NDC manifesto did not include the removal of the Chief Justice Tokonum, but the spirit was to remove her at all cost. So you are looking at the spirit.
I send me some I made the BB Maneo 10th October 2024. And Minya Penny a Samuel Tete or Kwamijimu Electoral Commission or issue statement on the polling stations in Ghana. And I did to Sabano.
Yeah,
total now
40,975.
Special sentence no 328 and main polling stations near 40,647 addition for the records.
Medasi na me kone menim Kwamna Brim, why can be 20 minutes in Japan?
Yes,
memo be 555 na me here.
Before we come to good board.
Kai there 5 minutes old.
Hey, Kwame.
I'll bet you 5 minutes. Kwame.
Ansana Baba good board. Mbeda kakraba. The argument here, Mr. Mr. Indirectly, you are insinuating there. Say you Adibiara knowing NDC more manifesto muna. What can outside the manifesto no and question some? Say you. That is indirectly. That is the argument you are making. Maybe also you didn't follow your presidential candidate then, or probably you have not been reading around. This is 3rd September,
Which
2023.
year? Okay.
Listen to the then presidential candidate of the NDC. Listen, if you have not been reading around. Kwame
now.
Yes, John Mama speaking. And he had met, it was an NDC conference of lawyers.
Mm-hmm.
He met them. This was his statement. It is scary. It is scary. Because it threatens, if I start from there, one of the scariest existential threats to any democracy is when citizens think their judiciary holds no use or value to them. This is the security threat. This is the security threat the national security apparatus tried to draw the attention of the nation to recently, but was poorly received by the president and his party. It is scary because it threatens the peace and stability of our democracy. We must correct this fast-spreading notion. If care is not taken, we will get to a stage where people will have no qualms about taking the law into their own hands because they do not have the confidence that they can get justice from the system. There is therefore the urgent need for the Ghanaian judiciary to work to win the trust and confidence of the citizenry and erase the widely held perceptions of hostility and especially political bias in legal proceedings at the highest court of the land. Unfortunately, we have no hope. He is speaking. Unfortunately, we have no hope that the current leadership of our judiciary can lead such a process of change. We can only hope, this is Mama speaking, we can only hope that a new Chief Justice, will lead a process to repair the broken image that our judiciary has acquired over the last few years. You come and see there that you cannot make reference directly to your manifesto. This is the presidential candidate speaking. That he can only hope, and they together as the party, as the conference of lawyers, they can only hope that a new Chief Justice. What does that mean logically? It means that this lady who is there cannot be trusted to carry on the reform that we're looking for, and that it's only when we have taken her off the scene, brought a new person, that we can begin to see the reform we are looking for. And that is exactly when he came into office, he has put into place. And you tell me that on Yada, I go to make trace, I have reference to the party's manifesto. Then essentially you are saying, in the maybe on your party manifesto, you are telling me, my junior brother, you are telling me that it was complete nonsense. That's what you are telling the entire country. It's a crime. It was one which was clearly said to the Ghanaian people, the Ghanaian people, and he did it at a conference of NDC lawyers. It was at the same meeting. And look at your NDC for lawyers there. Hold yourself in readiness to be taken to the judiciary, to the bench, in order that we balance what we have today. All this, if you read, if you get this statement, read and apprise yourself of the things he said, which he came into office and he operationalized them. Kwame, having said that, and you see, I will continue to hold on to this matter. My adore me will be there. My name, Wanyaban. Onya do people too more than says to there. My name, Araba Esaba Saki Tokonu, Bono Yeni. So when I go to sleep, I sleep.
Let me sleep on your time at this time. I'll come back to you very shortly. Remember, I'll come back to you very shortly. Fantastic Wilberforce says Kokrokoo is live on the Beat FM 6 Sirens. So C. Poquin Paris says, as a Krofum MP, was the 24-hour economy market in the NDC manifesto? But was it or was it not? I don't know. And then thank you, Kwame Duncan, for your reference. Watching from London, Evans. And then this one says, I congratulate all newly elected regional MPP officers. They should hit the ground running and start working. Isaac Nyakom. Please ask the MP for me. Don't forget, 24 economic market was in their manifesto. Kwame, now 2 minutes and you are done.
Oh, yes, that's Kwame.
2 minutes and you're done. Kwame, but you don't get distracted.
Gold board.
Yeah.
I mean, see, as a main panutum, a main panutum and a bohunusu. Separe who impadusua, manutum, na manutuma. Sami Jemfia, Kwame, fi Afraba Keso Penim, we kufa do na bem, unwa, osu wonder we yen rufo. President Laga Soshina ma sindo ye wi. Ba wo miada no nsama oka agunu do nsama kasa se mpemfo a ohihye ho ahoroba nda say hwe lifestyle Kwame say hwe no ho a about 20 or so bodyguards a wonnam no ho na the type of vehicles so use Sami Jemfia every government policy ochie me the was the fadu awiade and that this country requires of the rulers then or those in officers then a certain level of transparency and accountability. In fact, accountability was a sing song. Sami Jemfi was sing song. The order Timemufut, a man for whom a queer number of man, a bachelor, say that the Madi, it was can do dry here, Nadai, the Madi. Sami Jemfi was all over the place. Today, he has power. And he says that when people criticize him, they are bitter. Kwame, all them there won't bring you one see. Sir, Eshe, or your IMF report now. 3 areas. Quick, because I know this is a riding story, and we may come back next week. It will still be live. I'm not quite on them. The IMF attributed the enormous losses to several operational and financial factors. Operational and financial factors, including service and asset fees paid to the gold board. Service which is rendered by the gold board. Even that one, there are losses. Kwame, discounts offered on gold sold to off-takers and exporters. Discounts. Then, exchange rate losses. There's a major operational loss. And if you put all of that together, and I hear Professor Boppin, your own Professor Boppin.
No.
I don't know why these days you don't speak to him. Kwame, he is saying that this is even a part of the iceberg. As to say, a proper assessment of the losses which the economy is incurring from the operations of the gold board. This is just a tip. Now, Kwame, let Sami Jemfi and those in his circles, those who think like him, let them continue to delude themselves. If it takes even 1,000 years, they will be called to account.
Medasi. This one says, Chairman John, Kwame Duncan's emotions rise. He speaks English. Remind him he's a Kokrokoo on Peace FM, watching from Milton Keynes, UK. Bright sends that one. And then, let's see. This one says, MP Brem.
Chairman General.
Papa.
Senior Duncan William. Duncan. Sorry.
Kwame
Duncan. So for Penny, sorry. Never walking can you know. My who baby. Sebi. A young one say, Chief Justice Wohona, Frank Bear so on Jinindi. Our choir offers or administer justice in this the country. In fact, Omoa Kasankasa Minister for if I say national security on records, Kandapa spoke about the public's perception about the then Chief Justice.
No, about the Supreme Court. Quote from
He
didn't speak about
don't
the
interfere.
But
With the greatest respect.
But don't misquote.
Me say he spoke about the injustice. And who was the head of the Supreme Court?
Refer to Kandapa.
Who was?
Refer to Kandapa's statement.
And tell us
why you talked about
who you are free one more. Chairman General.
Papa.
Ewo under the leadership of Tokonu. There were credible agencies. To say more Ibrahim Nom. To say Ghana Center for Democratic Development.
Boko. Twaso.
Chairman General.
Yes, sir.
Chairman Menko ha Boko.
Yeah.
Salam say monsieur na me de bag bo ma titina monsieur.
Me minachi.
Chairman General Bate.
Twaso.
Oh, Chairman.
Yes, sir.
So, Debbie.
Debbie, minister, say, charge.
So,
yes.
Mo Ibrahim. Any CDD, Chairman, Tony.
Oh, yeah, trust.
Okay. Omo public perception index, and I say rating. Perceived corruption under the leadership of the so-called angel. The leadership of the Supreme Court, and not Supreme Court, Judiciary. 44%. And I know more say corruption. Political interference. 61% of Nipa Omo then Susu say there is pure political interference. So no surprise. Say me apani me ofa kwamena ene afenyo markets mo so much pained say Toko no free no more structure judiciary because ebia no more omu no mu nim de omu dua no ho because sebe imperial asa say ye susuampa mpo say the former chief justice no kra no sebe wanya ono no just for assumption say wanya fair trial and to susuampa say ono kwa na injustice aka no mamu a ono kwa ni nipa wanya tentenene. I am not by this say obi anya tentenene but ono kwa ni nipa bako pa. So what is the secret behind the entire MPP for say omonti Toko no ho asem omonti ne hujai enti na omo de nisi wo say eniema bi akoso wo omo aban ni mu ana enye no omo fi say obetimi under the leadership so na ye head of the justice no system in Ghana no obebo omo ho ban ana yesusu sa na enti Chairman General.
Yes, sir.
Me who baby a sebe impreduasa. Asem we free ba na so omo de amanyame. Anase mane fa nkoko to bia biem na won twan a. Even oma promise ne say omo ba mu da achi bia. Omo de ne ba Supreme Court Justice. First Chief Justice. Omo ma no ho. But de me nim no de emra kwan bia so e wo say sebe impreduasa. Omampani nansa ya omampani ensama okaye a Ghana for kaye MPP for bi kaye non-politicians kaye about the justice system in Ghana no ewo ho the same no bi ya ka fa electoral commission maame no ho in fact ensama ya ka fa electoral commission maame no ho e bia na enya bia edoso chen chief justice but the buy no sebe impreduasa petitions are called. Omampani hwe ma wo se nsuo bi anima na bibia ya tuntungu ye. Onte ho. Enti sa na tie, enti wasam ye da. Se wasam nye da, wo se bodwafo mpe wasam. Se wasam enye da. Ma member gold board no so. Wo tie me ofa former minister. O sha se na no woman o ma ye hu de, ohun same je mfisifa. Mrs. Sami Jemfi and Matis will be Accra. See a free gold board. Near the no call me and I said, yeah, the no call district to be crack or any DC year. Oh, Nyahoto. In fact, yeah, they know yet be a disamage because amount for me of a Duncan. Or my junior and I almost said Sami contributed about 80-90% to their defeat or their but your motive is here. And especially a time be because in the auditors' accounts of the gold board, there is nowhere I won't bet him approve actually me unproven chairman was a higher yet say this is the auditor's account of Gold Board. You see the losses I will make it. Met man the crime time maybe say unproven chairman say Gold Board auditor's account. Where your losses? And in any case, you should talk gold or Ghana. It started 2022-2023. When the catch us a Bank of Ghana intervention, a policy intervention, has the best strengthen. Sika, forex. In fact, a policy, you did make sure say, Sika someone to your memuhano. Ebe corner kwan so aye juju. Na inflation depreciation e ka hodo aye bo no mamu ha no. E wo yesika sem a ejeje atete apanse be du baabi. Yentimi nso mu a ade a chia yetuto prices of goods and services mu no e betima stabilize. On kan cha me 2022-2023. Oma moka. Bank of Ghana. Oma moka. In fact, say obi ekodi dwa na eka oboye ewodwa na okodi yenum nyina ye 1.7 billion Ghana cedis. Now the first what 10 billion at the brewa. Saka no ene mfaso no ukeka bomu a sabe eto asumu si edi say dwa na nsem to asum because 2024 the then you can say gold for oil Moboka about 5.6%. Yeah. Sorry, billion 5.7 billion Ghana cedis na Moboka.
Say 5 minutes with the Akahama asonsa wa we.
Tell me of a year 7 minutes and
why 8?
Okay, that's a match in 1. Secretary. Can't you the general so?
My juju is very.
Anti missing for mono. Gold board. Gold board. Meba.
Gold board I think.
Meba.
That's the loss.
The loss is 1.7 billion.
Dollars.
$10 billion.
Now no calculate.
I don't calculate
it's not more. That's 22 billion.
I had 22 billion.
22 billion Ghana cedis.
Anyway.
What got $1.7 billion?
MB.
And I got $10 billion.
As what? As what?
$10
billion. $10 billion.
Gold board.
Yes.
Chairman General.
Yes, come down.
Minister.
As what?
Chairman General.
As your profit.
Chairman General.
Profit for
gold board. Revenue. I got the free gold board transaction.
Revenue, which one?
But also there's difference between profit and sales. Where
Kwame.
Yampong.
Kwame. Emprempren aye kase.
You.
Me MPP ni. I have raised issues about the removal of the former Chief Justice. Enti what na we reduce no say MPP for asema. You are wrong. 2, Kwame. Mprempren aye kase when him say a Council of State. It is without a former Chief Justice sitting on it.
Yeah.
Because the only former Chief Justice of Tesono, she resigned, even though she didn't give a reason. It was because of the horrendous removal of Mame Tokun. Look, you okay, as a non-yanti I say, the intention do that. To say the me mafabi mudana. As same way say obetiano. Chairman General, what can Kadia when Nkuma's own removal of your friend saying Akukosa and other Wenum SCN, he gave them all their entitlements. Have you wondered if the woman has been giving her entitlement? Wasn't you know? Mr. Shujamu here to say, Chairman General, made the messer say, Honorable Kanda Passamo Kaino or say Supreme Court decisions a unanimous dodo. One more Chief Justice Dian Kansimbia. Ye can someone a number of your free bentino for precision to quote Abdul Malik Kokobako. Precision. Angalo Tesu Michan.
Precision.
Precision. Kwame. Matisa ne Sami Jamfi press conference.
Okay.
Oh yes.
Crap.
Anna.
I don't know crowd.
And Pacho, with the greatest respect, let's use that word again.
Auntie.
Respect, let's use that word again.
Auntie. Press conference.
Yes, but this is radio.
I want to wait for his responses to some of the issues. Because issues are SSC doing come. Chairman General, I me person my one the medical jina illegal mining.
I won't share the name baby sir.
Get what me boni tell. The kind. Say ya unu say illegal mining na ekoso no a legacy problem. Partly yen tiasie. Me wo Professor LK Agbosu ni PhD thesis September 1980 ewa ha. Chairman General. September
1980.
That time now PhD thesis yan capo into about 500 pages. O try papa. O tracy ya the issues
involved. Very learned.
So solid. Chairman General.
What's your friend name you?
LK Agbosu.
Reading his article.
Thank you.
Solid.
Chairman General. In the same way as the chiefs in the colony had not been conquered, the Secretary of State declared so were the Ashanti chiefs not conquered. The British government waived any right of conquest over them, which could be implied therefrom by entering into treaties with them. This was a sure indication that the chiefs still had the power to alienate such lands, and the right to do so had not been passed to the colonial government. Yeah, governance system you operate. Minister, I will not the minister that. The proper place of chiefs. Proper place of chiefs. You resolve where? House of Chiefs. They exist there as advisory. What else power? What power do they have? And so true power never left them. Amamatisse, the chief of staff, say there should be a bipartisan. This matter is not bipartisan, no, bigger than bipartisan. Religious leaders, citizens like me, ordinary ones, academics and intellectuals who have studied into this like me must be involved. Civil society organizations must be asked. All the citizens of Ghana, as I say, they won't come up because from Swama Yakase, who from a good year was a simua. I be a bindia, a colonial relic. That's what the colonial government, did after the failure of the Crown Land Bill of 1897. Chairman General, enti otina sase so a oya asase ni wura. Yesi ye ko hu famu agudie no ni hutumi bia. Asase no kra no o man ni timi de compulsion ekofa. Abra oni wo hwe ka de ebe ya no say ye betua compensation. Empirical evidence say compensation mpo ye ntua. Enti da bia no ownership this segregation no enti there is a problem. Obitimi ma license won kra ha. Now what was assassinated nearby? Yes, it too.
Come have a contrary view.
Of course. And the problem must be solved first with a legal regime change of ownership. Instead of 100% to the state, omanem for 50 or 60%. Imperial domain.
Is that what will solve Galamsey?
It will partly solve it.
It won't solve it.
Kwame, me man solutions.
Kwame, solutions. Tell us about
partly.
About 11.
It will not. Kwame,
Chibani says, send my greetings to my acting class prefect Kabila, and my brother from another mother, Kwame Duncan. I am always happily listening to the honorable in your studio. That guy is a true definition of there's nothing God cannot do. The MP for Kokrokoo.
Yes.
May God lift him more than he has done for him. Chief Bani and I didn't cry by. Kwabna Michelle and I'm Charles, and yes, I am Pong.
Make a law enforcement. Yamam running your Juma.
Okay.
They are tossing me and son, and they say, Yaman and Nanomunya or Muchefa, as I said, Womunya, Ewa Diemu. Chairman, the last one, a attitudinal change. Or Maya ye Timua, I didn't say, when you sika, and I will ye Ubia, wedi Wabobra. Or Maya ye Timua, Aya Sisie. Omaya yetimu aya adufure pe omaya yetimu aya nka nokre wo ka nokra uye abaye tamfo. The only way to rise in politics is to be deceptive, and you know this.
Professor Kingsley Nyako of Kwadaso says, Kabila, you are a wanted man.
Yes, I know. Prof, I'll avail myself. And the time that the American you say, Yamma Yamisro.
I mean, wanted man must be arrested immediately.
Nipa do any no credit ni anim kan. Na mai ye betu illegal man in so sama na ye.
Chairman General.
MP metie.
Mene former minister Beko Sami Jemfini press conference. Onia say okotie bi. Na ya say boapayo na omo ye. Ana say information bi na na omu ni. Ana omu wenyina so.
Minister Sami can't they get a he.
Na how the message ni say komo na ye di from both sides.
Yeah.
Yenyi atem ni mfimu. Ye ntiete ye ho. Because obi awo bibi ka.
It's a minute past 11 on Peace 104.3. Kwame Na Duncan, Joseph Azuma, MP Akrofum, and Dr. Kabila. This one says a reputable company in Accra is looking for the services of a paint formulator or paint chemist. Hey, paint formulator or paint chemist. Anyway, if you are one or you know one or you're interested, call 054 566 7725 054 566 7725 alternatively 020 822 053. Thank you for joining us by ear, voice, text, and eyes. Kokrokoo Bilson is next on your radio. Our next news broadcast is at 12. Get my head out of that. Wishing COP Dr. Vance Baba Gariba, Director General Research. Happy birthday to you, DCOP Dr. Vance Baba Gariba. Is from Abeku Agri Santana, Deputy CEO, Ghana Tourism Authority. Wishing Grace Nikwe from Abigail of Despite Media. Happy birthday to you, Grace Nikwe. Wishing Lawrence Daniels, PRO Chartered Insurance Institute of Ghana, and your daughter Lexi, father and daughter, happy birthday, both of you. May your day be blessed. Yes, remember to keep your dreams and hopes alive. It's all you have. As always, leaving you the book of Numbers in the Bible, Numbers 6:24 to 26. Kokrokoo Bilson is next. The next news is at 12. As always, when you stop to say a prayer, remember to say one for me too. God bless. Good morning.